Okay, let me ask you something. If you were a baby in an incubator or a person in a respirator, do you think pronatalism is correct? No, I mean, I'm sorry. Do you think promortalism is correct? Don't you think it would be better not to exist at all than being a hibernator or a, what do you call it? Oh, I forgot. I'm a bit stoned and drunk and stuff. And by the way, I just want I'm cool with just another YouTuber saying that that's something like I'm stupid or something, but that would be nice to know exactly what I was referring to. I mean, I don't remember. Maybe I don't know if I talked about Auschwitz or something in that video. I know it's a sensitive subject, especially in Israel and stuff. But anyway. Uh, Yeah, well, but anyway, I'm cool. I'm cool about with it. I mean, I don't know the guy. He's got some. He's got this gamer channel, filming like cats and video games, and he made some very nice comments over the years that makes me think he's an intelligent person. But I really don't know for sure. Uh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I got a night snack here. Some my last money spent on junk food. I'm just really stoned and drunk, and still couldn't get out of the house. And yeah, I found some like this. I found this like for my bed inside the closet. So yeah, I mean I can get a good sleep there. Uh, but yeah, anyway, those it. I just want to ask that question. Don't you think it's better not to be attached to a human organism than it is? I'm not saying that makes suicide correct. I'm more like implying that I'm pretty sure that once you got to that point where we are dead, then that is going to be a better state. Like Bret Easton Ellis. So he wrote his first novel was called Less Than Zero. And it just seems obvious to me, and has for my whole life basically, that life as a human being is less than zero. It's worse than nothing, right? Uh, it's not that I'm not saying that that American Psycho and Less Than Zero and his oeuvre, the British Nails himself and so on, his podcast and so on, is that it's expressing this philosophy. I also liked his new movie, by the way. Really like that. What was it called? The Smiley Face Killers. Yeah, one of the few people who really like that movie. But because I think really, I mean, yeah, the people read all this kind of depth into American Psycho, but really it's just as shallow as the Smiley Face Killers. It's just about some guy who tries to get his, he tries to get have a good time, tries to get sexually satisfied, good food, getting drunk, having fun. It's really. And Lesson Zero, I have read a couple of times, and I think people read that into like some kind of like proto Patrick Bateman. I think even there's some kind of like maybe Bateman's brother is in it or something, but the main character, I forgot his name, but the main character, and he has a very strange name, but he I mean, obviously he's a very powerful character in literature. He's almost as big as Patrick Bateman. Uh, but uh, I think he essentially is Patrick Bateman. Uh, in terms of like hedonistic like anti-morality, hedonism. So yeah. Anyway, just yeah, that was just I heard this documentary which was is like it's called something like The Lost History of Earth, where they say that like like buildings like the pyramids couldn't have been built back then, and the Sphinx and pyramids, and also like there's this idea that that for example like we got this Gothic style, and we got this we got the style from the 18th century, which like Enlightenment, that imitates like the Roman buildings. But how are the Romans able to build like big columns and stuff? It wouldn't have been possible 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago. So how is that? What is that an imitation of? Really? Uh, Obviously, a lot of these mainstream stories are fake. Also, probably the Easter Island figures are fake as well, probably. Uh, and Stonehenge as well, probably, because it just wouldn't have been possible to build for a very long time ago. So, I mean, you can use Occam's razor. Occam's razor principle. That's the simplest explanation is always true. So, like, if you use that on a lot of like mainstream bullshit, like you really think the simplest explanation about the moon landings would that be that 12 people, where 10 of them are unknown, basically, to the public, or they walked on the moon, but it's not enough to get famous. You only remember two of them, but you don't remember the 10 others, and there's virtually no accidents. How would you even control a spaceship? Uh, it's retarded, beyond retarded, but anyway, yeah, you use Occam's razor principle, and you find out that a lot of these buildings, they couldn't really have been built. It's like this documentary about the stones that are like Ayers Rock in Australia. There's actually a big tree stump. Like it's kind of like that idea, but just let and then like he mentioned, like why are so many orphans in 19th century literature, like Heathcliff and uh, Dickens had a lot of like orphan heroes. So why is it good to be orphan? Edgar Allan Poe was an orphan, and now it's like, oh, his father just went away. He didn't die. He went away. Like what? Uh, and when you talk about the death of Poe's mother, then it like varies from like 1 year to 4 years or something. They don't really know. And his own death at 40 was unknown as well. Um, so yeah, I didn't quite get that, like what the point was with the orphans, but uh, but it's a good point that just that it's random analysis that what the fuck is up with this hero I say with this sublimation of orphans, like making it like some kind of like sublime thing to like this kind of like these kind of like spiritual heroes of romanticism, like Heathcliff. He's a Why does it automatically? Of course, Batman also lost his parents as a young man, but yeah. Anyway, I'm just going out on a. But anyway, I recommend this Lost History of Earth. I think it's called. Like maybe I can put a link to it or something. It'd be really interesting. I think I'm gonna listen to it now, actually, while I'm still stoned as fuck. So that's it. Yeah, but I just want to say I'm cool with just another YouTuber 3, which is handle is I don't know, it's avatar. What do you call it? Yeah, I don't have a problem with him calling me stupid and stuff. I mean, it's just it's just this over the. I just have this over the top style. I'm an MMA fighter. So I just like to provoke people. So maybe I'm gonna get some like free. I'll get some free fight, and I know that's not everybody's style, but yeah, well, I don't really see how can I improve as an MMA fighter if I don't never get any experience. I just don't see. So it's just like a habit of mine, just being over the top, like so I just hope people think it's funny, and that guy from Israel, he seemed to think it's funny. So I don't know. I don't think I said anything in that video that was like different from my style the last couple of years. But of course I lost my main channel, Vessel Sap. That was, but it's just really sad. There was some really good footage, like at one point I like made a sleep cam where I like sleep for 14 hours, like 2.7, and when I was this girl that wrote like I'm in love, like she just really liked watching me. This woman, young woman, I don't know, some woman, like really liked watching me sleep. So that's kind of like, yeah, and all the anti-natalism debates, lost, and family footage with my mother on Barken, on the amusement park, the oldest amusement park in the world. Yeah. Anyway, is there so? Oh yeah, just one last thing. By the way, I heard it in Denmark. It's legal to light a fire on beaches. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. I might do that because it's pretty cool when you're out in nature. Like if you have the freedom to do that, of course the fire has to be under control. But yeah, it's pretty cool with a campfire, even if it's only on the beach. So I might have to explain to some brainwashed Danes that it's actually legal, but it was nice to obtain that. I mean, if I hadn't like checked it out, I wouldn't have known that. So yeah, anyway, just like a thing to do in the new year. Like if you live near the beach and near the ocean, then why don't you try to light a fire on the beach? That might be pretty cool. Just of course be careful it doesn't escalate, but that's not very likely unless it's done intentionally to cause a lot of harm. So yeah, anyway, that was just, yeah. Okay, so that was it. Yeah, see ya.